Howdy, Possum Patty here, and today it is Friday Flip Through. Come on along. This is my Bee-u-tiful Journal, and the last time you saw this, I was fixing the tie. It did wrap around a few times, but it got so chunky. Look at that wonderful chunkiness right there that I had to redesign the tie, and I just made a big bow and I sewed on these extra ribbons. I love it, love it. So I started this back in the spring of this year and I finished it recently. So I'm going to do a chatty flip through of the whole entire journal, which will take a while. You may have been here for every single page, and I appreciate that. But some people enjoy a chatty flip through instead of watching every single page. And you may be new here, and welcome, and would like to see what my junk journaling is all about. So I'm going to go over to the other camera and set it up for my chatty flip through. Okay, let's see what I can remember about my Bee-u-tiful Journal. This was from Hobby Lobby, and I painted it, put a little glitter on there. And then this bee fabric, was this from Walmart? Really pretty. Bumblebee fabric. And inside the cover is bubble wrap and cotton batting. And I already showed you the tie. This used to wrap around like this, but the journal got too fat, so now it's just a bow. And I believe this is Dollar Tree bee ribbon that I sewed on the tie. I added that. And then I got these flower appliques at the flea market. And on this side, I put Dollar Tree honeycomb ribbon. Just big black stitches because I wanted the black stitch look. Another one of those appliques. And this is inside. I have a pocket. I don't have anything in the pocket yet. And a blue flower with a half round pearl and a little bee button. I think these are from Hobby Lobby too. I have netting over this yellow, so you can actually, you know, put something there, put something there. I love this black with the bees. On the first page, this was Mother's Day, May 8th, 2022. That's when I started. And this was a card that was given to me, and I loved it because it was a garden and it folded out with all these beautiful flowers on both sides. And so I put a picture of Mom and 1, 2, 3, 4 of her kids. She has 6. There were only 4 of us there that day. And here's one with, she's wearing a crown. I put that crown sticker on her head. There's me and Mr. Possum and Baby Possum. And this was a balloon my sister had at the table. Love you, Mom. And I found this old picture of Mom with my older brother. So my mother's probably like 19 years old in that picture. So this is 1949. And a picture of a bouquet of flowers on the table. And then on the back, I did my journaling here. And I say who's in each picture. And I have this nice bee paper that I put on there. So I love that. I got nice bee scrapbooking paper from Michael's in the background. On this side, I have a Mother's Day card from my son. I just thought it was beautiful. Went with the garden bumblebee theme. And these are the flowers that he gave me on Mother's Day. I used washi tape, and I actually cut these elements out from this card, as you can see. I used some scrapbooking paper in the background and lots of pretty washi tape, a little message from my son. And on this side, this was something that I colored in, and I made a belly band out of it. And the paper behind, I think this was jelly printed with a honeycomb pattern, black on yellow. That's why I used the honeycomb here. And some of this has like silver and gold on it. I don't know if you can see the sparkle. And this was another card from my son. Mom, you are a gift of warmth, courage, and love. And he picked this out because he said it looked like me, you know, like a mixed media piece. I mean, not that it looked like me, but it looked like some art that I might do, like a mixed media piece. I thought that was fun. And there's a note from him there. And there we are when he was a baby. I love putting old pictures in with current journaling, smashing it up that way. And on this side, I get a lot of glare today, I have this file folder, this lovely black and white check. I think I found this in clearance at Hobby Lobby. And Dolores J. Rush made art dolls. And this one has my face. And you see the black and white curtain behind. That's why I put the black and white folder back there. Oh, this is all smooshed. I'm going to have to go over that. And this was gifted to me. Look at this with the yellow dress with the little bees on that. This whole ruffle cluster, whatever you want to call it. Gorgeous. That was gifted to me. And on this side, I am journaling about this gluten-free cookie mix by King Arthur. Packaging, scrapbooking paper. I'm giving it the thumbs up. Here's a picture of the cookies when they came out of the oven. And every time I stand up, the cat gets in my seat. I can't sit back down again. And this plate and fork came off the scrapbooking paper. And here's my grandniece when she graduated preschool. So I used pictures and this beautiful scrapbooking paper and these blue flocked letters. Little Dollar Tree butterflies. This has scrapbooking paper in the background, more of those blue flocked letters. This is my other grandniece. And I did sort of like a double image here. I printed out a picture of her, but I put it, you know, like at half color. So it would be faded looking. And then I have the bright color of her. The regular photo down there. So it's like a double image, but I made this one lighter on purpose. And she's dancing in the bubbles, so I cut out, you know, with a hole puncher, these pink and blue bubbles and just pasted them on like that. Just for fun. I thought that was fun. On this page, I am journaling about using Easter egg dye. And here's a picture of the papers that I dyed, and some of this paper is already on this page here too. Came out really nice. And I have a cactus there because the Paws egg decorating kit I bought was the cactus version. Don't ask me why, but it was the cactus version. And I dyed this paper. This is called poo-poo paper. And it is made from recycled and odorless horse poo. And I think they have different paper made from different kinds of poos. This explains it here. And so I saved some of these colorful papers and the information about the poo-poo paper and the cover of the poo-poo paper pad. I still have some more of this poo-poo paper around that I could use. And some of the dyed papers too. That was a lot of fun. And this very sparkly gold page is my son won a tournament for pickleball. Got the gold medal. Narragansett, Rhode Island. And I added lots of gold glitter and this gold vine at the side. The paper underneath is from a paper pack I got that has different swirls of color and like gold, but not sparkly gold. And I added this sparkle gold paper underneath those pictures to frame them out because he won the gold medal, so I just made it very sparkly, very gold. Mr. Possum and I went to see Top Gun, and in the lobby they had this poster. I put date night. Sticker on the picture says hot. Tom Cruise in the background. The theater we went to had this old projector in the lobby. And then as a background, I used a picture of these old airplanes. And this is the P-51 Mustang. And Tom Cruise actually has one of these planes. And he calls it Kiss Me Kate. This was the first movie that Mr. Possum and I went to after the pandemic. I used this black paper in the background, and this one I put those little holes like, you know, like it's on a film roll. And this is my older brother, and my sister took him to the Traveling Vietnam War Memorial in Cheshire, and he was actually a helicopter mechanic during the Vietnam War. So I put the helicopters paper in the background, and you can see the memorial back there, and there he is in front of a helicopter. And this was Superhero Day at work for my niece, who's a nurse. I thought that was very cool. She's all dressed up next to Superman. I did a really fun superhero red, white, and blue page. And this side is my nephew's graduation. Again, gold sparkly. Congrats 2022. Graduated biology, Boston University. And this is more on the graduation. Baby Possum, my nephew, my sister, my nephew. And here he is when he was little. And I put the bubble here. When I grow up, and I put a little Brad up there when you swing it open. There he is at work in the hospital at Mass General Hospital in Boston. And here we have the ladies' brunch. And this was held at my niece's house, but these are the four sisters. And I wanted this to be a frou-frou page, so I put this lovely tulle ruffle and these green sparkly flowers and butterflies all around. I used this paper to make a pocket over here, and I, cut it uneven, like around the flowers. Put a green sparkly bee. Took a little piece of paper and put some more of this tulle and a button up there. Make like a little cluster of flowers with a little bee flying out to it. And then I made a little folder. And in the folder I have one of the sisters with the grandnephew with his happy face shirt on. And the two grandnieces. And they are both chowing down on Auntie Pat's gluten-free brownies. I love that she's taking a big bite and this one's looking at her. Like, wow. And I used this mason jar die that I had gotten that I hadn't used. I put all these flowers in there. All green and purple and sparkly. I love it. I love it. I love interactive things. So I've got to tie this back up. I know it takes longer to go through, but that's the reason you do it. So people will slow down and interact with the book. And this one was about grilling season had started. Queens of the Grill. See, you fold it out. So it's Queens of the Squash Grill. Some more squash. And then there's a picture of me grilling squash out on the deck. Nothing says summer like perfectly grilled summer squash. Like a Dollar Tree sticker, just grilling. Some of that scrapbook paper with the plate on it. This is from a couple years ago, I think, because I only had a few sheets of this left. Cute little butterfly with the little dots there. And over here I have a heat wave sticker, background paper with watermelons on it. I took one of the watermelons and cut it, made it a puffy sticker. Nice pink foil there. I took the green and the pink, and what I did was I drew these little seeds around it like it was a watermelon. A delicious watermelon there. Things to do this summer: eat watermelon. Love my melon season in the summertime. And we're all going into corn season. Fresh corn. So here's the other side of that yellow paper with the black jelly print. It might have been sponged on. I don't remember. Sorry, I don't remember. I have to go back and look and see how I did that. I thought it was jelly printed, but it might have been sponged on. I don't know. Anyway, here's that ribbon with the honeycomb. And then I got this at the flea market. Beautiful little bee there. It's like enamel and sparkly. Corn on the cob. I have my journaling. And this is the farm where I got it. It's called Lone Elm Farm. And there's the fresh corn for sale in the shack. He also had flowers and squashes and tomatoes. And this is a Dollar Tree sticker with all the flowers in the back. And this reminded me of when I used to sell flowers back on the farm in Pennsylvania. So on this side, I used two different papers, and then I put some purple ribbon because this side had a ribbon. So even though the papers are all different, just kind of pulling it together. But I love pink and yellow together. I saw somebody do that, and I'm like, I have to do that. Pink and yellow and the little gold bees there. And my sparkly bees. Thank you for the farmers and their fresh produce. This is Mr. Possum and I took a little trip, not very far from the house, but we took a little loop around. There's a little loop that we take and do a loop-de-loop. We cross the river on the bridge, and then we take a little ride, and then we go back across the river on the ferry boat. And there's a castle. Get this in here. There's a castle up on the hill there. That's Gillette Castle. I know it's hard to see in that picture, but if you watch the video of this page, you can see it a little better. So I used a piece of scrapbook paper that was an old map. The B paper was a foundation page, so I just left that. This is a Dollar Tree sticker, and of course the pictures I printed out. And this paper in the back, it's brown with these little tiny cameras on it. Somebody gifted that to me. And this is Mr. Possum cleaning rugs. So this was kind of a bright page with these butterflies, and I wanted to subdue it a little bit. So I used this green scrapbook paper because this was green on this side. And then I cut these out of a magazine. Has nothing to do with cleaning rugs, but I think they were in a magazine. Yeah, they were in a magazine flyer, and I was going to cut out a rug and use the rug as a background or a chair or something that looked like living room. And I wound up using these because I kind of like it. It's like natural green. It kind of goes with the background over here. I don't know. And the colors maybe. But he got out the rug shampooer, and he's out in the driveway. The rugs are on the tarp, and he's cleaning them. Thank you, Mr. Possum. 4th of July. If you follow, you've seen the 4th of July parade. And there I am, and I wanted this to be all red, white, and blue and sparkly. So I cut out a lot of these stars, and I put half rounds on there. And this is what it was. And on this side, all red, white, and blue and sparkly. And 4th of July stickers. And these are flip-ups. And this is a picture of the farmer with the tractor. And behind are all these barrels, and there's little kids riding in the barrels. And then on this flip-up, with more 4th of July stickers. There's a horse and a guy in a, looks like a Meadowbrook cart. I'm not sure. I gotta see this. On the horse, I put a sticker on that looks like those glasses on that horse. It's a beautiful horse. He was about over 17 hands tall. These flips have different scrapbook paper on the back and the sparkly paper on the front. And this ribbon, white with the red and blue sparkles. And then I wanted this to look like fireworks coming up, almost like this is a firework and the fireworks are shooting out. So this is, or some kind of Roman candle or something. So I had bought this big pack of trim at Michael's. It was on sale for like 70% off. So I bought it. So these are my fireworks coming out the top there. Super fun to do this page. And Mr. Possum and I went to a store called Runnings. That's that. But oh, this one, this picture here, I had a pile of these soda boxes, Kleenex boxes, a soda pop box, all these things sitting on the floor. And Mr. Possum came in and said, "What's that, your pile of possibilities?" I just thought that was so funny. So I took some of this packaging that was on the floor and I cut out things like the bubbles, because I have to have my bubbles, and the crown and the joy. And I used this retro scrapbooking paper that I got at the flea market. Oh, and this is a tissue box back there. And this is retro paper there. Tissue box, tissue box. So there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different packaging behind that picture. And then we got this at the store called Runnings, and they sell like handcrafted retro bottles of soda. It was so super fun. And we got a few different ones. It says the Mom and Pop Soda Shop. And I put a magnet, and I put this big bling bling on the magnet. And it's got bubbles going up. And when you open it, I've got all this retro paper in here. I got this at the flea market. So this is the label of one of the bottles. It's called Black Jack's Blue Cream Soda. It says real soda in real bottles. This was another kind of root beer here that they had. And so this is part of the carton, and washi tape and bling, bling, bling everywhere, journaling card. All this is from that retro paper pack. It's an older Michael's paper pack. They don't sell it anymore. I found it at the flea market. And I got all this washi tape in here. Very sparkly, very fun, very retro. Keeping with the retro theme going on. This is another paper from that pack. I think it was called Candy Retro or something like that. And I had gotten at the flea market these cards with these retro good humor trucks on it, an ice cream shop. And I put a magnet on this one. And this is my journaling, and I had this picture of a Polaroid camera, and I found this old Polaroid picture of me one summer when I decided to be the ice cream man. There's Possum Jr. down there. And I put these ice cream stickers on there. Having fun, having fun. So this magnet here is actually holding this page here. So this magnet's going through all these layers and holding the whole thing together. And we went to the orchard. No, actually, I got these at the grocery store. I didn't get to Belltown Orchards until later in the fall, but during the summer, I bought these at the grocery store. I bought these peaches. And in here, here's a picture of one of the peaches. It says, "Feed me and tell me I'm pretty." This was a sticker I had. So I made this little tiny journaling card. And this is made from the bag that the peaches came in. I put these little faux stitches around there. And the flyer from the local grocery store had a picture of this bag of peaches. So I cut it out and how much they were. And then on this side, this was also on the flyer. This is the guy who owns the orchard that grew the peaches that I put on my oatmeal. And this is also on that retro paper. So this was a lot of fun. Later on in the fall, we did get to this orchard to pick some apples. But that's in the fall journal. And I noted that I put the peaches on my oatmeal. And I put this retro oatmeal can here. The kind that had the cardboard top to it, and you ripped open with a string. Those were so much fun. We used to play with these when we were kids. And this is the actual top of the more modern oatmeal canisters that have this kind of top, which is plastic around the edge. I'm not sure. I think it's just cardboard in the middle with a coating on it. But you can see how the Quakers changed a little bit over the years. And on this side, I was exclaiming over the price of oatmeal. I walked into the grocery store and I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw that they wanted $7.79, OMG, for Quaker oats. The store brand is cheaper. About $2 cheaper actually, but still I couldn't believe my Quaker oats were $7.79. I mean, it's like totally unreal. Here's Mom's birthday, her 93rd birthday. We had this party at my sister Dee's. So here's a picture of Mom and all 6 of her children who were there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we're all there. Mom is sitting down. Picture of Mom with her flamingo glasses and Possum Jr. and Mom and Possum Patty with their flamingo glasses on. We were having fun that day, celebrating Mom's 93rd. This was a card my sister bought because it was a flamingo theme. And so I used it in the journal. She had a cake with a flamingo on it and the hibiscus flowers. Pink shirt. She had a flamingo pin and flamingo glasses. And I just happened to have this cut apart from one set of papers and some little stickers. And here she is holding up the card. And this was my summer beach paper, but I thought I'd use it in here. And she was 93 on that birthday, and this is her. Probably when she was like 5 or something. And her father, and her mom, and her sister, who's older than her. And I fussy cut out the paper and put it, there's a piece underneath, and then I fussy cut this out and put this over. And this is a copy of an old picture. And then I finally got my journaling about Mr. Possum's shipbuilding. And this came out of a book from 1930s. And here he is, hard at work, building his ships. The first one in the trash. I put a sticker there, "The struggle is real." He said that was his prototype. And I did my journaling. And this is his pirate ship that he built. It's hard to see. And this is his Viking ship that he built. Now these ships are made out of paper, you know, like the poster board that you buy at like the Dollar Tree. A little bit of cardboard and a lot of poster board paper. Right now he's working on this submarine. I think it's in the detail painting kind of stage. And I used kind of like greens and browns, a little distressing in the background. All different kinds of papers. A strip that I cut off of this here. And another strip going across this way. Distress these papers a little bit. And this is from a brochure. I think this was Mystic Seaport. About the ship Davy Crockett. Not the person, the ship Davy Crockett. And I already had distressed that, so I went ahead and distressed everything else. So Mr. Possum's amazing ships made from paper. The pirate ship is so cool. You can't see all the details in these little pictures, but if you watch the video, you'll get some close-ups. And I did some journaling about drying flowers. August 31st. Oh, I need to take them out. They're ready to come out. I can put some more in. So there's my flower press and my cutters and my flowers. And I got this from a magazine, and it was an article about Petal Perfect pressing flowers. So I thought that was perfect for this page, and this is just a picture, a close-up of some of the flowers I was going to press. And it says, Pressed flower artist preserves the beauty and charm of bright blooms with her delicate, detailed garden pictures. This paper was gifted to me, and like I said, this is from a magazine. Use some washi tape on here. And this paper, I wanted to use it, but it was a little short, so I just put this sparkly purple washi tape on the top and bottom, just to kind of fill it in. Matches these butterflies. And this is journaling about the bird bath. It was a little uneven, so Mr. Possum made this little concrete pad for it, and I stuck in this piece, this green stone. I put a little frog sticker on there. And these are little brochures from the Hobby Lobby that had these little frogs in them, and little fairies and flowers. So I don't know, I just had to use the frogs on this page for some reason. Some nice scrapbooking paper behind. And I was calling this my mystery page, because all the pages you look at and you can see what it is like almost right away. But this one you're like, okay, what is this? Looks a little like gears and a clock, and there's mushrooms. And there's a painty paper back here, which was gifted to me actually. And this was gifted to me too. And they were gifted by Melody at Melody Made. And we did a tag swap. We started it, you finish it. And she started one, I finished it, sent it back. And I started one, sent it to her. She finished it, sent it back to me. So this is the one I started, and she sent it back. Steampunk was our theme. And that's why this looks a little steampunkish. But I love to add nature to steampunk and some natural fibers and things like that. And this was actually in the Tattered Time paper pack, which is kind of steampunky, but it had these black dominoes. And I added this black lace, and then it was kind of plain, so I went back afterwards and added this ribbon with the gold in the center, and I added these Dollar Tree jewels, give it some sparkle. I think it looks so much better with the gold ribbon, and the card is black with the gold trim. And this is the card from Melody, and this is the tag she sent me, and this is how I finished it and sent it back to her. So I took some pictures of it. She has this one now. That was our steampunk swap. And here's a fun little page of the grandniece and nephew working on puzzles. And I wanted to do a puzzle page. And I tried all different things, and I wound up just buying a puzzle at the Dollar Tree. And I put part of the packaging on the page and a few of the little pieces, a flower, a butterfly, and a fish. And some retro paper in the background. Just a fun page. And we had some rainstorms. Well, we were in a severe drought for like weeks and weeks and weeks, and then all of a sudden it started raining again. And somebody had gifted me this raining cats and dogs paper. So this is the rain gauge and the some trim from that paper. After a severe drought this month, on August 24th, we got 3 inches, and on September 4th, 4.5 inches. But each one of those measurements is after a couple of days of raining. So it was 3 inches over a few days and 4.5 inches over a few days. And this was the first breakfast out since the pandemic. And this was in July, so I did it red, white, and blue. This is part of that trim pack I got at Michael's. Oh, and they have these funny signs when you walk in. Sarcasm now being served daily. Just one of the funny signs at the restaurant. In the background, I have a flag back there. And it's Mod Podged on with Sparkle Mod Podge. I think that was the placemat, you know, they have on the table when you go in. And this is a cute picture of my grandniece. Her father's a fireman. And I had this vintage book. This is not a repro. This is an actual vintage book. And I took the illustration of the fire chief and the brother saluting. And then I cut the sister out and I put her over here peeking behind the picture. And on the last page was to remember the Queen on her passing recently. I don't know what that is. And that's one of her official portraits, I believe. And I put down the date here, April 21st, 1926 to September 8th, 2022. And then inside is some genealogy on how King Charles and I are 14th cousins, twice removed. So that's my royal genealogy in there. It's an updated one. I think I already did this one at some point. This pocket is hard to get in. But anyway, so that is it. You have to do it right. I have more of that material on the back that I love. I love these soft, crinkly covers. And this is, for me, just about the right size. Meaning that I can get it nice and chunky and journal for a few months and get it finished. So it's not like hanging around forever waiting for me to finish it. So I believe there's 2 signatures with 1, 2, 3, 5. Should be 6, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. Oh, did I skip this page? I think I did. I think I went from here to here. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, little Leo. I skipped your page. He's delivering something in his little wheelbarrow, and I thought it looked like a farm picture because that's one thing I learned to do down on the farm was push the wheelbarrow around without tipping it over. Blue flocked letters. And this is from a Dollar Tree calendar. An old Dollar Tree calendar, yes. Oh, I know. I had to do a page for Leo because Amelia got a page and Haley got a page. I got to give everybody equal time. So Leo had to have his page too. Well, I hope I didn't miss any other pages. I think I got them all. Anyway, so I was saying, so I got mostly like May, June, July in here. May, June, July mostly, I believe. August. So that's about right, I feel, yeah, into August. They keep me interested in one journal, so that's about it for one journal for me. I have a couple of big ones, like my Christmas in July one, that I will finish up. But I'm liking this size. And I also like that it is, I can take a 12 by 12 and fold it in half and put it in 6 inches. That way, that works out good for me. So thanks for coming along today for this very chatty flip through. And again, if you're interested in seeing more details on any of these pages, there is a video describing these pages in more detail. I will list the playlist below. Thanks for coming along today. Bye-bye. Howdy, Possum Patty. Dust. Look at that. Look at the dust. I blew on the computer to get the cat hair off. There's dust everywhere.